Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the church show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this 8th November 2024. Happy birthday, Celine. Happy birthday, Celine. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Celine. Copyrighted, but we don't give a fuck. We have the finale of the first season of Arknight. I was gonna say Arcane, but I said Arknight because we're playing Arknight, but it's Arcane. So we have episode number 7, which is Little Savior. I'm gonna get into it because we have a lot to talk about. And yeah, I think it's better if we go right at it, shall we? Eco, come back. We know him as an ally of V. What is really cool is we saw Echo, and I said Eco, I'm sorry. We saw Echo in before the time skip. And there's a really sweet moment where him and V, right, have this confrontation, and Echo is kind of mad. It's like, yo, you left us, I had to grow up. And it's a really heartbreaking scene because V is like, yo, I'm here now, I'm sorry I wasn't there. She doesn't say it like that, but that's what she means. I'm sorry I wasn't there, but I'm here now. And you can see that Echo, and Echo is a beautiful character. Echo is, it's not main character, I'm sorry, but as a side character, it's really interesting. And she hugs him. You can see that Echo is crying. And you realize that Echo never meant to be a leader. It's good to see V back here because Echo kind of made a big deal. He found a tree. He found a firefly, which is a resistance. Although I love Echo, if he doesn't want to be a leader, I would totally see V as a leader of the Fireflies in Season 2, which is dropping the 9th November. I don't know if you can see it, but what day are we today? I don't know about you, but it's dropping. Let's see if it's dropped now. I'm excited to see if it's dropped now. If it's dropped now, tomorrow we're taking a day off. Tomorrow we are taking a day off no matter what. Because I want to watch it. But let's just see if it's done. It's okay to tell me what you think about me. I won't try to argue. I hold it against you. I know that you knew me. No, it's not here. It will be in top 10. Arcane, please. No, it's not here. No, it's not here. Sorry. Let's give it back. We have Victor who seeks advice from his mentor. And the great thing about the advice from his mentor is his mentor. So what I didn't say is mentor had a beast. And he did some things to the beast to keep it alive. Now, in Victor's mind, it was too much. But then he realized this mentor was right. And the nicest thing about, I don't want to be a dick, the nicest thing about the creature, it was sick. And Victor is very sick. So we have a change in the psyche of Victor that allows him to see, hey, guess what? I'm dying too. If you can save me, save me. He's asking advice from his mentor because his mentor knows about the crystal. And the crystal, so the thing with Victor is you constantly see the crystal, right? And the thing with Victor is, and I think that's what I didn't portray correctly in the first and second episode of Arcane reviews. Victor is a brilliant mind, but compared to Jace, he has this, and you always saw Victor as this guy putting more effort. But Jace, if the crystal don't work, he has nothing to lose. He's part of the console, and he's gonna be able to have a lot of power thanks to the console. Victor, however, is very sick. He needs those crystals to work. So it's kind of like a time limit, which explains why he's so inclined to make them work. Even if it's seeking advice from a mentor, who you can see with Shun. I like the mentor, but I don't know a lot about him. I also wanted to, I completely forgot, but I also wanted to see if Victor was a champion. A champion in Arcane. Victor. Because I like Victor. And yes, maybe we're going to start playing, maybe we're going to be starting to play LOL again. I'm not great, but still. So Victor is the character. Super nice. Super nice. I like him. I like him. Anywho, give me a sec. There you go. We had a text. But we're back. Wait a second. Yeah, perfect. We had another meeting between V and Jinx. And I thought Jinx was jealous, right? And I said that before. I said that last episode. But it's really sad to see Jinx being insecure enough to think that V left her. Which is something that we saw in the 9th episode. But the 9th episode was crazy good. Sadly, I'm gonna get 2 seasons of Arcane instead of 5, which makes me sad. Okay, doesn't need her as much as she does. Yeah, this is important. You see, those notes I took a couple of days ago, so they're quite foreign to me. I rewatched episode 8 and 9 right now, but we're good. See, Jinx really needs V, but V doesn't need Jinx. She wants Jinx, but she never needed it. However, what's weird about this is, yes, it's a true statement. What's weird about it is V never needed Powder. Even as a kid, she was protecting Powder. We have a show of force from Silco, right? Which is super cool. Because Silco comes to Marcus. He does think like, hey, he does think like, fuck, man, I should have done it the day I watched this. I'm sorry. He shows to the other faction. So the other faction, and it's kind of cool because in episode number 4 we had a inkling of that, and it was like, oh, Silco, he's very powerful. People went to go after him, but they couldn't, right? So now we're seeing different faction in the slum, and it's kind of funny because we also had that with Vance, and Vance, he was like, yo, I don't know what to do, and Silco's like, no, I'm gonna show you who's the strongest here. The slum, Silco and Jinx fighting. We have Silco and Jinx fighting because, again, it's like, oh, why didn't you tell me? Oh, it's complicated. I should have watched it. I'm sorry. I don't even remember, bro. This is my fault. Jay's become a target because he started talking about how he started making this is a bad video. I apologize. I'm sorry. Jay's started to have like Inspector look out for each council member. It's like, oh, you're coming after us, we're gonna come after you. Silco and Jinx are fighting, but they're always fighting. It seems like it. And it sucks because Jinx needs Silco. See, the thing with Jinx is she thinks that she has V. It doesn't agree that she has V. But if Jinx is too far gone, then the person she needs is Silco. Powder needs V, Jinx needs Silco. And that's what we see in episode number 9. So another episode, we have a very wound Jinx. She had a fight with Echo, so Echo was like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up. And it's kind of cool because we saw Echo, and it's the way they do the battle, it's not my favorite. They show a battle between Jinx and Echo as kids, and that's the same way it goes. Echo goes to hit her, but the problem is Echo, he hesitates. Now we have Silco who picks up Jinx to help him, and now there's a really cool scene where Silco is about to save Jinx, and you got V that's watching the scene. V was watching the scene like the time where Silco had Jinx and Marcus took her away, and once again V is left powerless. He's trying to save her, so he goes to the doctor, which is the ex-mentor of Victor, and he saves her for the variant of Shimmer. Now there's like something that happened. You can see the pupil of Jinx becoming pink, which is an effect of the Shimmer, but we don't know if she's completely changed because of that or not. We don't know the effect, and it doesn't tell us the effect, which just sucks. We have a very young Mel. We have her mom. We have the comparison of how strong her mom is. See, Mel, she's strong, but she's very diplomatic. Mel, she's strong, but she's very like, yo, we're gonna do the peaceful way. The mom is smart, but she's also strong. She's like, you know what? You don't want to listen? I'll kill you, no problem. And the mom is, to me, it's not because you can clearly see that Mel has a fear towards her own mother. So Mel, who is during the whole show a very strong woman, fearing another woman, it means business. If you have a character that's always afraid, who's a coward, doesn't mind. But you have a character that's very strong-minded, that has this almost perception of strength and is afraid. Now you know it's serious. We got Caitlyn who's talking about the Undercity, right? Which is really cool because she's like, yo, I've been there. You have to act. And what is the cool thing is she has the support of Jace, but ultimately speaking, she doesn't have the support, which is super important for episode number 9, when Jace actively goes after the Undercity, which is Silco. We saw it last time with the blockade. We're seeing in this episode a lot. You're going to see why. It's really cool, because Caitlyn, once again, and the beauty with Caitlyn is, she sees the Undercity and she's like, we cannot do nothing. We are the powerful people here. Let's help the weak. Okay. We have the ex-leader. And the ex-leader, what was cool about him is when he meets Echo. And at that moment, you realize that Echo and the ex-leader are super similar. See, the ex-leader had everything that needed to be a leader. The ex-leader, which is the small, I don't know his race, I don't know his name, I forgot. When it was a time of peace, he was a perfect leader. It was a time of war, he was not a good leader because he didn't want war. Which is the same as Echo. Echo, we can clearly see that if he can solve things peacefully, he will solve things peacefully. We have, again, Caitlyn meeting the council. They don't care, but someone does care, and that person is V. So V, she goes in, and she's like, you're not gonna do shit, I'm gonna take care of it. And it's kind of cool because V, I said it before, V is the physical representation of vendor mentality. Because we have a physical representation of vendor mentality, vendor mindset, or the way of life continues. So she's like, okay, well, I'll have to take care of this myself. Which they team up with Jace. The cool thing about this is we're seeing that she's using the Atlas Gauntlet. I would prefer if she had a weapon which is clearly made for her, but it doesn't really matter, right? They attack one of the Mines of Shimmer, which is Silco's biggest weapon, just to realize that every single worker, they're children. It is cool because you're seeing Silco at his powerful force, and Silco is just talk. Because most of his force are children, and it sucks because you're not gonna attack children, right? Weak Silco is weak. Second, we got Silco second, who is being tempted with treason. So Silco has a bunch of people. He has Jinx, he has Sylvia, but he doesn't do a lot himself, right? So that's pretty much it. The finale of the season is actually pretty boring, right? It's boring because there's one good scene. We got Jace, he wants Jinx. He's like, yo, listen. He tells Silco, the problem about our two cities is we never try to cohabit. Let's try to cohabit. I'll make you a deal. You'll be living under my rule, but I'll let you do some of the things that you need to do to survive. But I want Jinx because she did too much, right? And Silco, the beautiful thing about Silco is like, goes to the statue of his brother. And it's really cool because we saw this with Marcus. Marcus was seeing the statue of a woman. It was the moral, not necessarily moral leader, but she was his moral inspiration. So when he became corrupted, she was the person that says, yo, you shouldn't be corrupted, right? And that's the only person that made him regret his choices. So he goes to a statue that we see again, and Silco talks to his brother. It's like, yo, I could give up Jinx. She's the only problem, but she's my daughter. So he ended up not giving the daughter. However, Jinx listened to the whole scene and believed that Silco will betray her. And the thing with Jinx is, it's not necessarily about what you see or what you witness or what you know. It's about what you believe. We just did a video about that. Misinformation. If tomorrow every single media say your world is ending, you'll freak out. Is it true? Most of the time, no, it's not true. We got Jace wanting Jinx. Okay, cool. We have a really sweet moment with Jace and Victor. They're still homies. And what is cool about that is Victor is going down a dark path. See, the thing with Victor is he's not a bad guy. But he has to do bad things to survive. Nobody wants to die. And Victor is not... He's a victim of it also. He's not... There's another word for it. He's not shielded from that fear, right? We have the supper, which is a really good thing, which Jinx, she's like, yo, Silco didn't make me, Jinx, you made me, V. And she asked V to decide, choose between Caitlyn and me. And then the beautiful thing is, during the supper, you see that Jinx is slowly losing her mind, right? And V, it's a beautiful thing. V would have chosen Jinx, but Caitlyn did so much for her. Caitlyn did so much of the good things, and Caitlyn is the way of the future. And it's actually a really cool thing. There's a really smart way of seeing this thing. So Powder is, there's two chairs. There's a chair for Powder and a chair for Jinx. And Jinx asks V, what chair should I sit in? And it's a perfect representation of the past. V understands that Powder is the past, but the future is Caitlyn. So she chooses Caitlyn. And the ending, we have Jinx, who chose a missile. And that's the way the episode ends. That is pretty much it. Anywho, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.